Our highlights on road infrastructural development continue. In the Bono region, the same rationale and envisaged benefits prompted the Brekum town roads. This is indeed their fair share of the national cake. Residents now boldly reclaim their title, the Golden City.
First, Nanka Wisi Swa, Ubedi Bears at 10 minutes as you see, Acha 3 minutes. Na baby, I woke up, I don't know what you do. Until who said national cake in a mampany channel. Yenyabi, I will be Kuma, Abwaya Pa.
Na mra yenye roadway no ne o ha bebre na accident taxi driver na mo boni pa na pothole na nyame adom eye MPP government na akufo-addo na da wono ma nti na yehu road se na asia efe wo kroma isi ama brekum kro de afa na ntuma pa afra
womo boae e ma sabre we zongo yenya ekwan no ye do mo ase ye do bibia ase
akwana ye hu bi da no first time na akufo-addo abire so no ye hu saade ne bi a ya brekum kwa nyina asphalt a isi o number bi a se ne ye sika do ma no isi brekum so aye kama aye pepe a na no hwa na akufo-addo ba be sene ko don fete se ne dom ne brekum man ne brekum ahemfo ne brekum panfo ye sisi twi kobo na ti wodon fete na hu se ade o ye ma brekum man ye ni asopa 7 December 4 more for nana brekum man e be sene ni monyam.
4 more for Nana. 4 more for Nana.
At Doma, the streets are so well laid out, one cannot envisage any traffic congestion beyond traffic lights. The drivers and their union leaders are excited.
Ene de o kan say wo di bi kro ye fish pond a na nka be yi enso nyankopon adom omo atuatua gatasa na ye ni krom mo so atumi aboa ma gatas no omo aye ni nyina.
Wenchi. Clearly, the town's biggest challenges involving movements within the communities have been resolved through the reconstruction of the town roads.
Na buying na akufo-addo buy the adjoin wire the pa your problem na facing na kwan yi na oyi no wayi ni nyina agusu kota kama amai for gutters ene miamia bebre choke gutters ni na mo yi ni nyina sisi ho kama aban na akufo-addo obono modin ye pa wa ye adwuma no to the sense ye kura adwon wa ye ntia ase ye bom ban say 4 years obesna tena so obesna ye more akuna nim more ama ye ho so atoye e dana si pa nyankopon hira no.
Several bridges have been constructed linking towns and villages and restoring access between communities over waterways.
When it is raining season, people cannot be passing here, cars and motors. It's not easy to pass here. Unfortunately, some people use the canoes to come inside the water and it pour them away. They may lose their lives. So sometimes when the water is plenty, they cannot even use the canoes too. Some of us to our farms cross the river. It is difficult for us to go to the farms and farm. So we will be happy if they'll be able to construct the bridge.
So at first, this bridge, we are not able to cross if there is rain. But now, we have seen that the government has constructed a new one for us. And the new one, they have raised it up. Because they have raised it up, if there is rain, water cannot be on top of that one, that new one. So now, we are thanking the government very much for doing this bridge for us.
This is the west of the Upper East. Where we are standing currently is within the Mankaragu, Yagaba, Kubore geographical basin. This geographical basin used to be referred as the overseas area. It's very good for crop agriculture. The Ministry of Roads and Highways is to ensure that so many roads project into this geographical basin to enhance ease of movement of products after harvest. Things that is equally important is that this actually form the food basket in terms of rice production for the three regions and then of course extended to the country. You might have heard that the Planting for Food and Jobs program is actually situated here.
Any abonia na de bunu afri kwan so achapa run is time ena didi mu aban bia ba wontimi mu ma ye nye bridge ne da hwa kosi se nanado ba so yi nokre wa be so ma ne ye nya bridge a se ye firase ye kwakwati da no me se be de ba sekre ko no na mfuturo mpa ba 25 minutes ena me duru akwati a eti abo ne ye hu sa kase twam ye krom a kwakwati up and down ekoba bribia enti ama ye akasakora ye ne ji se ne ikusi yanya ni monyamo etisei na de yani jikura ni se first no hospital wo akwatia ha so bi ya live kusia ejisi edi na akofa kada nsan edi na akọ kwan be se 3 months na wadu enso nyame adum yanya we se sia obi ayale a pa ne edi ne kọ yesi e konkran ye fa ha yesi road ne ekọ enti ama yani agipa bridge ya oma ya man de nyame ni nipanim ama yani agipa na sese de ye stress omba ye kota ama yan na kwan atumi adimu na tra ho da bia ye da aban a owa so asi ye da ama se asi MP a owa eso asi so ma bo na bridge e bo mo hye no abam mania tetefo hwehwe no abam ama yan e da o ma asi
kwan ne so no na ya fa ha sei aha ne de na ya bre pa say duru ha say na mbema bi boss bi tete ha sei ya na omudi ya tra nsuo no every day wo be tra nsuo no o meje wo 10 series na wa tra nsuo no sesi ade abanya ye ha kama amaye sesi ye fa ho free obi anje e ka pre sesi ye bot Nana Akufo-Addo baso so to so for more for Nana.
You can't even pass, but our community, our peoples, even the whole of our place, they are talking about the road that you people have made. Oh, we thank God that our government have done a very lot for us. We thank God that this election coming, he will win it. I pray to God that he will win it. Not only me, but our peoples, we are after him. Yeah, we thank God.
As part of the government's commitment to ensuring safe and efficient road transport nationwide and effective movement of goods through Ghana to neighboring countries, Phase 1 of the Tema Motorway interchange has been completed on schedule.
The successful completion of all the projects that urge the Ministry of Roads and Highways to see to their expeditious completion. Indeed, with this year being the year of roads, I'm happy to state that there's been an appreciable improvement in the trunk road network in the country, as more sections of roads are being upgraded from gravel surface to bitumen surface or asphalt concrete surfacing roads.
Traffic congestion at the then known rotary roundabout has been a major challenge for many years. This became an impediment to smooth and safe movement of people and goods, thus reducing the economic growth potential of our dear nation, Ghana. This ceremony marks the end of the first phase of the transformation of the then congested rotary intersection into a two-tier interchange.
The project was initiated as a result of the then rotary roundabout, which could not take the volume of traffic that is traversing through the rotary roundabout. So several options then came up, and then it was the one design option was then settled on, which is a diamond compact intersection design. Now the first phase has to do with a two-tier interchange where you have an underpass and then an overpass. This project also is the intersection for the international corridors. That is the N1, the National Route Highway. That starts from the Aflao and then terminates at Elubo. And again, we have the National Route N2, start from the Tema port and then also terminates in Kulungugu in the Upper East region. So these two national roads meet at this intersection. What has been completed now is the first phase. Now the second phase is earmarked to begin at the fourth quarter of this year. The second phase will now lift the traffic coming from Tema towards the Ashama and onwards towards Akosombo, and the northern bound will have a dedicated lane, that is, they will then fly over and then continue to their respective destinations.
Phase 2 is scheduled to commence soon. Also progressing on schedule is the Pokwasi interchange, currently over 70% complete. Work on the interchange at the Obechebi-Lamte Circle is also progressing in earnest, with the first phase from Kaneshi towards Accra Central scheduled for completion by November 2020. Roads linking surrounding communities to the Obechebi-Lamte interchange have experienced various levels of repair and maintenance works. the heart of the northern regional capital, the Tamale overpass is steadily taking shape. Beyond aesthetics, the benefits of this structure once completed would be invaluable.
Tamale is a highway to Burkina Faso and those places for mostly heavy goods vehicles and travelers. So what was happening is that when the trucks get into town, the city center is quite congested. So what they do is that, and the turnings are quite sharp. Long vehicles are not able to make those turnings. So what happens is that you get to the first roundabout before you enter town. Either you go to the right towards the Salaga Road and make a turn in there. That will be like 6 kilometers down and another about 10 kilometers into town. They were destroying local roads in town. So you usually have a lot of potholing happening within the city and the local areas. But what this interchange seeks to do now, coming from the south, that's from Techiman, Kumasi, coming or going out of town to Bolga, you don't need to do all those maneuvers. Straight, you get to the first roundabout, just about 3-4 kilometers, you go over town and off you go to Bolga. So it cuts travel time down, it even cuts the length of roadway you have to use. And I think that in turn will even minimize the kinds of distractions that these trucks were causing in town.
Tamale overpass is gradually reshaping the landscape and road network to complement its current accolade, the fastest growing city in West Africa.
Last year, 2019, I was here to cut the sword for the commencement of work for the construction of the Obeche-Bilamte interchange. Today, a little over a year ago from that momentous event, I'm happy to be back here to commission the first phase of the Obeche-Bilamte interchange, which has been completed 5 months ahead of schedule. I recall the presence at the sword-cutting ceremony of Mrs. Augustina Akufo-Addo, widow of the great nationalist Emmanuel Obeche-Bilamte, after whom this structure has been fittingly named. Soon after, she went to join him in the arms of the Lord to give him the happy news that succeeding generations of Ghanaians continue to pay homage to his memory and sacrifice for our freedom. Today would have been another memorable day for her. May they both continue to reside peacefully in the bosom of the Lord until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall all meet again. Amen. The completion of Phase 1 will enable the contractor, Messrs. Quiros Galval, UK International, to begin work on Phase 2 immediately after this commissioning ceremony.
Our highlights on road infrastructural development continue in the Ashanti region. Over 5 kilometers of roads within the Obuasi Senior High Technical School have recently been reconstructed.
Our road network was so bad, full of potholes. So we appealed to the Obuasi urban roads to come to our aid. And we were assured that once we are going to do inner roads of Obuasi Township, they will capture us. And behold, true to their words, they came to our aid. And as you can see, the road network is very beautiful, helping the school, is beautifying the school,
It's making life in the school so beautiful and attractive. And so on that note, I want to say we are so grateful to the government, then the urban roads of West Municipal Assembly, and all the stakeholders who have helped to get this edifice.
At the Takwa Senior High School, the Department of Urban Roads is delivering on the promise of the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, to construct drains and roads to facilitate safe movement of students and teaching staff on campus, especially during the raining season.
The government has decided to come to our aid to make us have a feel of a real atmosphere of an institution. Some years back, anytime it rains, we fall into a difficult situation where we can't control any movement at all. The place gets flooded, and moving out of our bungalows or even coming for classes becomes a very big problem. Luckily, we have urban roads around.
Forward to this, and it has started. At least with the drainage system that has been in place, the few rains that have come, we haven't had severe flooding. And I'm glad students now can come down at night when it is raining because the drainage is quite good. Now we are glad to say they can come down, have their preps, go back safely.
We are very happy. On behalf of Takwa Senior High, I say a very big thank you to the president and all stakeholders, all those who have put in some efforts to make sure that Takwa Senior High receives this project, so that we also feel we are part of Ghana, that when it rains, students and teachers will comfortably use the roads without any fear. We are most grateful to the state.
The Wenchi Secondary Technical Senior High School gets its fair share of inner roads. Our highlights on road infrastructural development continue in the Western region. Rehabilitated roads in the Sekondi Takoradi areas presents breathtaking views.
Yeah, 20.5 kilometer asphaltic overlay or Takoradi constituency you good here. You there first class residential areas no. Ma ozi kan here Takoradi Beach Road na airport road. Ofi Fijai deko efen kwanta ayasabia na ekwane ye ya to within Asabia Road Asabia ayekwano ofi efen kwanta hospital called Fijai Junction.
Matter for the past almost 40 years. Name my quani, my not said that though. In fact, now on yet, now no more to do that. But recently, I knew who the contracted via Bahama or your road. In fact, or your road, you know, this is a road why you need this is a car's full, be accurate. That one of Crema, I can't wear in the winning answer, Papa. So the young two convention. No, a corner organ hanging, I won't not away and more today. Yes, yeah, why? The winning answer.
Governments have come, governments have gone. By presidency, a conversation why are they? Why a quantity year in the amount there? I demand about motorway. It's well done or well executed.
Hohoe Township asphalt route now complements the exciting landscape, reinforcing the town's long-held reputation as a commercial hub.
The roads were not in good conditions. Sometimes when it rains, the roads are filled with potholes. And so we find it difficult to come to school. But now when the government help us with good roads, it has been an opportunity for us to come to school early. And when we are working on a week, we feel comfortable.
Moila, almost 30-something years. A more that a woman van a few, a woman van a moju. So, because of government era, overfees a monami. So, as at now, a vobitil over a more of a tax over. But like a station town, maybe I've got Bohumela, Tazio Mavao. But as at now, government fees a monamila, Tazio, a poverty business are flowing.
For the past 10 years, the roads are very, very bad. But now, this 2020, the roads are corrected, and then now it's asphalt everywhere. We thank God, and then we thank the president a lot for doing that. Now the town is looking like America. We are living in America now.
Residential areas within the Kumasi Township, Buokrum to Aunlaga Junction, is complete. Residents and drivers are confident that the roads would last.
And this is the first, no crowd first in the Untimin Faso and Quantum said the open. But he said, the open Tama, Ubinian Tamuako, I could do baby out. Now my traffic no so as well at Tia de Masipas, my any come. I have moved to a better so.
Since I end your quarry now, and your cry, Obika, Timmy, just a piacano, just a frab waffle on Basumi piacano. 2 free animal cry no estate junction. But to take it over so many minutes and send away there. What do but Yabaya Quano, Yamiadum, and now we see Quan so within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, now I there. What do estate junction? And now akufo-addo Yamin no California Mokan no Mutu and more.
Inner and link roads in Ofori-Krum have been completed. Kwadaso to Ahunjo in Shayeso inner roads have also been completed.
First ane yenya na potholes wo mbebre nti se wosi kwan se okoto ade a baby kakra na ye na wonam no ehon so na car no ebefa data ne say saa nsuo ni bufa kwan num saa nti wo nam ha kra na car eba bebo nti sisi ade ekwan na ye pa o ma ye ne kama eye pa yada aban ne so ase se wahu ye mbo na wo ye kwan na maye nyame nsira no na onto ne nkwam
ti na aban no ne MP na wo so no mo aboaye amu bia o timpatam bia no ni Agyapong pa yada aban no MP no ne na assembly man na se o matima aginam aye nhie so kwan biala omo ye dia mai.
The busy turnings around the Tanoso and IPT junctions have given way to smooth, delightful driving. The Ejusu-Krapa roads are over 90% complete. Indeed, Kumasi and Ejusu Township roads present picturesque views, and so do the Asante Mampong town roads.
Say the asphalt and the bia or bia. I'm a madjuma so a cossy. It's just a man for my madama. Where then you open a back at the wall. Abba Papa no one who go cromoti. Nana, ya 2 years by the amount and mobia. That's your brew.